Hi everyone, myself Dr. P. Soumya, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Chemistry, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today I am going to discuss about outcome-based education. So in this session, I am going to cover what is traditional educational system limitations, outcome-based models, outcome-based education. So in this, what is OBE, objectives of OBE, OBE as student-centric approach, advantages of OBE and benefits of OBE for faculty. In this, I am also discuss about Washington Accord and NBA accreditation and OBE framework, Bloom's taxonomy. So in this, first we should know what is education. So education is the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, beliefs and habit. So this is a process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, beliefs and habit. The quality of education system judged from three perspectives. First one is the input to the system. Second one is what happened within the system. Third one is the output from the system. The input to the system, this will focus on finances, resources and infrastructure. Within the system, the processes used to organize, control, deliver education and training. The output from the system is product and result of education. Product and result of education. The quality of education, so this is judged from three perspectives. First one is the input to the system, what happened within the system, the output from the system. What is traditional educational system? So this is old education approach. Traditional education system is old education approach. In this, students are passive learners. Students are passive learners. Passive learners. So they will learn by listening the classes. So this is exam driven learning. This old education approach is rote learning. So here they will memorize the topic. They will by rote learning. They will memorize the topic or information. They will memorize the topic or information by repetitions. So this is in rote learning process. Here the syllabus is content based and broken down into subjects. Here in traditional educational system, syllabus is content based and it is broken into subjects. So it is a textbook bound and teacher centric educational system. Traditional educational system is textbook bound system and in this is teacher centric system. In this, syllabus is non-rigid and non-negotiable. So here teacher is responsible for learning. So motivation depend on personality of lecturer. In this traditional educational system, motivation depend on personality of lecturer and the content placed into rigid time frame. So the syllabus, that is content placed into rigid time frame. So here curriculum development process not open to public comment. Here the curriculum development every year that is not open to the public comment. So this is about traditional educational system. Here students are passive learners and this is teacher centric process. This is teacher centric system. So in this traditional education system, it is having some limitations. So that is, it is a teacher centric education. It is no correlation between classroom learning and industry expectations. So second limitation is here no correlation between classroom education and industry expectations. The intended results are not obtained in authoritative teaching, and also feedback is not taken from the stakeholders. In this traditional educational system, feedback is not there. Here, feedback is not taken from the stakeholders. Here, no application of learning to real-time situations. Also, finally, no scope for continuous improvement. In traditional educational system, no scope for continuous improvement. And what is outcome-based model? So, what is outcome-based model? It is a new educational approach. So, whereas traditional educational system is old approach, so outcome-based model, OBE model is new educational approach. In this, students are active learners. So the learners are accessed on ongoing basis. These learners are accessed on an ongoing basis. Here, critical thinking, reasoning, and reflection and action takes place. The critical thinking and reasoning abilities of students will be increased by a OBE model. An integration of knowledge, learning relevant to the topic, and that is connected to real life situations. In outcome-based model, it is an integration of knowledge and the learning relevant and connected to real life situations, real life problems. Here, this is a lecture centered. So here lecturer is facilitator. Here, this is lecture centered, not lecturer, teacher centered. This is lecture centered, and here lecturer is the facilitator. So they constantly use group work and teamwork. So the lecturer constantly uses the group work and teamwork. Here, flexible time frame allow learner to work at their own pace. Here, the comments and inputs from the wider community is encouraged. Here, comments, feedback, and inputs. Comments and inputs, these are from wider community is encouraged. Here, the outcome will be accessed in different ways and an ongoing basis. Here, the assessment is the integral part of whole system. The feedback and assessment are the very important part of the OBE system. Here, student will not get just marks for remembering, but he will get content. The student will not get just marks for remembering the subject content he will get. He will get knowledge about subject, not the marks. Here, this is differences between traditional and outcome-based education. So, this traditional versus outcome-based education, this traditional education is teacher-centered educational system. Here, outcome-based education is student-centric educational system. In this, course object is the learning target. Here, course objective is the learning target. Here, students are independent learning, not calculated. Here, student independent learning, not calculated in traditional educational system. Here, no mapping is there, and also here contact hours reflects credit value. Here, contact hours with teacher and class, that is reflects the credit value. This is in OBE system. This is student-centric system. In this, learning outcomes are the learning outcome is the learning target. Here, learning outcomes is the learning target. In this case, course objective is learning target. Here, mapping of learning outcomes is necessary. mapping of learning outcomes is necessary. And also student independent learning time calculated in the case of OBE. The total self-learning and time reflects credit value. In OBE, total self-learning time reflects the credit value. These are the differences between traditional versus outcome-based education. So what is OBE? So what is the definition of OBE? So here, according to William G. Spady, here outcome-based education means clearly focusing and organizing everything in an educational system around what is essential for all the students to be able to do successfully and at the end of the learning experiences. So it is the OBE means clearly focusing and organizing everything in an educational system around what is essential for all students to be able to do successfully at the end of their learning experiences. So this is the definition of OBE, which is by William G. Spady. So it is an education which anchored and focused on outcomes. So OBE is about feedback and outcomes rather than inputs. So OBE is about feedback and outcomes rather than inputs. So this is mainly depends on feedback and outcomes. Here the OBE is student-centric education process, and the OBE is an educational process that focuses on what students can do or abilities that they should develop after the program, after they are taught. Here OBE is an educational process that focuses on what students can do or abilities that they should develop after they are taught, after the program completion. Here, an outcome is what the learner will be able to do or perform as a result of some learning experience. So what is outcome? This is what the learner will be able to do or perform as a result of some learning experience. So this is a outcome based education representation. It is a cyclic process. It is a cyclic process. Here first the program outcomes and course outcomes are defined. So here program outcomes and course outcomes are defined. After that, using different teaching strategies, teaching and learning strategies. So we have to use these teaching and learning strategies to inculcate the information to the students. So by using student learning activities, so they will learn better. After that, assessment and feedback is taken. So based on the assessment and feedback, so again we have to map with the student learning outcomes, and we have to based on the assessment and feedback, so we have to define new outcomes, that is again program outcomes and course outcomes. So this is a cyclic process. First we have to define program outcomes and course outcomes, and using different strategies, the teaching and learning strategies are, these are by different teaching and learning strategies, student will learn the information easily and based on the activities, and after that assessment and feedback is taken from the stakeholders, and here based on this assessment and feedback, so again we have to reframe the syllabus. This is about outcome based education. Here focuses on the objectives of OBE. This will focus on students, not on the teacher. The OBE focus on students, not on the teacher. So this is, we know that student-centric approach. So students demonstrate what they know and able to do. Students demonstrate what they know and able to do at the end of learning experience. So at the end of learning experiences. So outcome. outcomes are learning results that we want students to demonstrate at the end of significant learning experiences. Outcome is the learning result that we want students to demonstrate at the end of significant learning experience. So each course it will have different course outcomes. So like that, so these are the learning results of students that we want students to demonstrate at the end of significant learning experience, significant of learning course. Here, they are not values, beliefs, attitudes, psychological states of mind. So these outcomes are not values, beliefs, attitudes, or psychological states of mind. Here, the outcomes are what learners can actually do with what they know and have learned. They are tangible applications. So the outcome is culmination, demonstration of learning, not curriculum content. So outcome is culmination, demonstration of learning, not curriculum contents. So this was all said by Spady in 1994. So OBE as a student approach, OBE as a student-centric approach. So review and revise curriculum adapting to the requirements of the different stakeholders like students, parents, industry, personnel, and recruiters. So the OBE is a student-centric approach. So it will review and revise curriculum adapting to the requirements of different stakeholders like parents, students, industry personnel and recruiters. So improving the learning capabilities of students using experiential learning methods. So here this is OBE is a student-centric approach. It will improve the learning capabilities of students using experiential learning methods. So by using improved assessment tools, so we have to improve assessment tools according to the feedback and comments from the stakeholders. So here we have to improve continuously the assessment tools. Here engaging students in different learning environments for better learning. So the engaging students in different learning environments for better learning. Here, why OBE? So what is OBE? We know that what is OBE and why OBE. So what is the use of OBE? Here, it is more directed and coherent curriculum. OBE is having directed and coherent curriculum. So what is the meaning of coherent curriculum or aligned curriculum? It refers to an academic program that is having three characters. So that is well organized and purposefully designed to facilitate learning. And it should be free of academic gaps and needless repetitions. It should be free of academic gaps and needless repetitions. The aligned curriculum is aligned across lessons, courses, subject areas and grade levels. So what is coherent curriculum or aligned curriculum? It is well organized and purposefully designed to facilitate learning. It should be free of academic gaps and needless repetitions, and it should be aligned across lessons, courses, subject areas and grade levels. The graduates will be more relevant to and industry and other stakeholders. So why? Because of OBE, graduates will be more relevant to industry applications and other stakeholders. So continuous quality improvement takes place during the OBE. Here, because of OBE, continuous quality improvement is in place. Here, international recognition and global employment opportunities are increased by using OBE. International recognition and global employment opportunities will be increased by using OBE. Here, this is enable graduates to excel in their profession and accomplish greater heights in their careers. This OBE enable graduates to excel in their profession and accomplish greater heights in their careers. Here, OBE one paradigm that shapes decision making and pattern of concrete action. So this will shapes decision making and patterns of concrete action. So what is the viewpoint of OBE? What and whether students learn successfully is more important than when and how they are learn something. So what are the advantages of OBE? Advantages of OBE. So this is international recognition and global employment opportunities are there by using OBE. International recognition and global employment opportunities will be increased by using OBE. Here, more employable and innovative graduates with professional and soft skills, social responsibility and ethics. So we will get students with professional and soft skills, social responsibility and ethics. Social responsibility and ethics. Here, by using OBE, better visibility, reputation of the technical institution among stakeholders. So better visibility and reputation is increased among the stakeholders. So by it will improving the commitment and involvement of all the stakeholders. So it is improving the commitment and involvement of all the stakeholders. Here, these will enable OBE enabling graduates to excel in their profession, accomplish greater heights in their careers. So this is useful for enabling graduates to excel in their profession, their program, and accomplish greater heights in their careers. So this is used for preparing graduates for the leadership positions and challenging them, making them aware of opportunities in the technology development. Here, the OBE is preparing graduates for the leadership positions and so making them aware of opportunities in the technology development. So these are the advantages of OBE. Here, what are the benefits of OBE for faculty? So what are the benefits of OBE for faculty? Faculty members are referred as change agents in OBE. So here, faculty members are facilitators in OBE as well as these are referred as change agents in OBE. Here, teaching will become far more creative and innovative career. Because of OBE, teaching will become a far more creative and innovative career. Here, faculty members will no longer feel the pressure of having to be the source of knowledge, source of all knowledge. So, faculty members will no longer feel the pressure of having to be the source of all the knowledge. Here, for faculty members shape the thinking and vision of the students towards the course. Faculty members shape the thinking and vision of the students towards course. So these are the benefits of OBE for faculty. So this by using OBE, teaching will become far more creative and innovative career. So what is Washington Accord and NBA accreditation? So what is mean by Washington Accord and NBA? So the Washington Accord, this is an international agreement that is signed in 1989. So between bodies responsible for accrediting engineering colleges and engineering degree programs there in their countries. So the Washington Accord is an international agreement between bodies responsible for accrediting engineering degree programs in their countries. So NBA, National Board of Accreditation. National Board of Accreditation is a full member of Washington Accord since 2014. It is a full member of Washington Accord since 2014. The NBA is a board established by AICTE for the purpose of accrediting technical education programs such as engineering, management in an institution in India since 2010. So the National Board Accreditation, it is a board established by AICTE. So this is established by AICTE for the purpose of accrediting technical education programs such as engineering and management in an institution in India since 2010. This NBA accredits all programs and not the institute. So this will accredit the programs, not the institute. Here, the institution planning to apply for NBA accreditation for a program, it is need to make a self-assessment report. The institute may need to make self-assessment report, just explicitly mentioning the COs POs mapping for a minimum 8 core courses. So the an institution planning to apply for NBA accreditation for a program, it need to make SAR, self-assessment report, that mentioning that COs POs mapping for a minimum 8 core courses. Here, the concerned department must make self-assessment report. The concerned department must make self-assessment report such that their COs are well defined and that serves the purpose of outcome-based education. So here, for NBA accreditation, OBE is very important. Here, the concerned department in the institution that must make self-assessment report and that their COs are well defined and that serves the purpose of outcome-based education. So this is about NBA accreditation. Here, the institutions adopting OBE try to bring changes to the curriculum by dynamically adapting to the requirements of the different stakeholders like students, parents, industry personnel and recruiters. So, institution should adapt the OBE, try to bring the changes to the curriculum dynamically, continuously adapting to the requirements of stakeholders so that students, parents, industry personnel and recruiters. The higher education institutions are classified into two categories by NBA. So by NBA, the higher educational institutions are classified into two types. So first one is Tier 1 and Tier 2 colleges. The Tier 1 institutions consist of all IITs, NITs, central universities, state universities and autonomous universities. Autonomous institutions. So the Tier 1 institutions can also claim the benefits as per the Washington Accord. The Tier 1 institution can also claim the benefits as per the Washington Accord. Here, Tier 2 institutions consist of affiliated colleges of universities. Tier 2 institutions consist of affiliated colleges of universities according to NBA. Here, this is OBE framework. Here, this is OBE framework. In this, inputs and feedbacks from the interested parties, that is stakeholders. So, inputs and feedbacks can be taken from the stakeholders. Based on that, we have to define outcomes. So, first we have to define vision and mission of the institution as well as vision and mission of the each department. So, according to that, we have to define the program outcomes. So, for each program, we have to define different courses with syllabus and course outcomes. So, by using different teaching and learning systems and teaching learning pedagogies and strategies, so we have to use these pedagogies for intercalcating the subject to the student, and so we have to use learning activities and teaching methods. So, using resources and facilities. So, we have to use teaching methods, learning activities by using resources and facilities which are present in our college. So, first one is planning. First, we have to plan the vision and mission of the institute and mission of the department, vision and mission of the program. After that, we have to do the work, that is by using learning activities and teaching methods. using resource and facilities, and these are also called as teaching learning methods. So after that, after the action, after the do, we have to check so whether the teaching learning methods are uh, they are sufficient or not, they are okay or not. We have to check by using different assessment and evaluation methods. We can use assessment tools or evaluation methods for checking the learning methods and outcomes. These are not good, are not sufficient for this program or not. So after that assessment, again we have to improve the teaching learning strategies and teaching learning methods, learning activities and resources and facilities according to the assessment and evaluation. After that, again we have to plan the vision and mission of the program. We have to define the outcomes, program outcomes as per the uh, assessment and feedback from the stakeholders. So this is the cyclic process. This is cyclic process. So first we have to outcomes, then again we have to after assessment, again we have to define outcomes based on the assessment. So this is about OBE framework. Here, so another here this is also OBE framework. In this, parents, students, industry and the professional organizations, so their inputs and feedback, so they are taken into account, and we have to so here mission and vision of institution. After that, program educational objectives will be there. So based on that, student outcome and course learning outcomes. Here, program educational objectives and the program outcomes. So based on the program outcomes, so we have to define the courses and syllabus. So we have to define the course outcomes, course learning outcomes. So after that, so course planning and delivery is very important. So in the OBE framework, so we have to define the syllabus according to the program outcome. Here, teaching methods are very important. These will play a crucial role in the OBE, and learning activities, assessment tasks, syllabus framing, teaching methods, what we are using, learning activities, and here the assessment tasks are very important works in the OBE. So after assessment and evaluation, so we have to assess here first we have to course assessment takes place, after that program assessment, after that institutional assessment or evaluation is takes place. After that we have to improve the improvements can be taken. After that it should be meet to the mission and vision of the institution. So this is about OBE framework. Here, expectations on students under OBE, the outcomes. So what are the expectations of students under OBE and the outcomes? So here, students are expected to be able to do more challenging tasks other than memorize and reproduce what was taught. Here, students are expected to be able to do more challenging tasks, more difficult tasks other than memorizing the task, memorizing the subject, and they will reproduce what was taught. So they will reproduce what was taught in the program. Here, students should be able to write project proposals, the complete projects, analyze case studies, give case presentations, show their abilities to think, question and questioning and research capabilities, and make decisions based on the findings. Students should be able to write project proposals, complete projects, analyze the case studies, give case presentations, and show their abilities to think, and questioning, research, development, and make decisions based on the findings. So here the students are more creative, and they will able to analyze and synthesize information. So they will be more creative, and they will be able to analyze and synthesize the information. Here they are able to plan and organize tasks, able to work in a team, as a community or in entrepreneurial service teams to propose solutions to problems and market their solutions. Here, they are able to plan and organize tasks, they are able to work in a team as a community, and they to, to propose solutions to the problems in the market their solutions. So these are expectations on the students under OBE and the outcomes of the students. Here, what is Bloom's taxonomy? So, Bloom's taxonomy, it is a tool by which one can measure the student level of knowledge and map at what stage the ladder he exists. It is a tool by which one can measure the student level of knowledge. Here, student level of knowledge and map at what stage of ladder he exists. Here, by utilizing Bloom's taxonomy, students are not going to forget the information as soon as the class ends. So rather, they retain and apply the information as they continue to grow as student and their careers, staying one step ahead of the competition. So by utilizing Bloom's taxonomy, students are not going to forget the information as soon as the class ends. Rather, they retain and apply the information as they continue to grow as a student and in their careers, staying one step ahead of the competition. Here, a classification of behavior and learning developed by Benjamin Bloom. Here and others. Here, classification of behavior and learning developed by Benjamin Bloom and others. Here, that organized into three hierarchical domains of learning. Three hierarchical domains of learning. First one is cognitive domain, affective domain, psychomotor domain. So this is three categories. One cognitive domain, affective domain and psychomotor domains. Here please, Bloom's taxonomy, it is developed by Benjamin Bloom. So this is developed by Benjamin Bloom. So this is organized in three categories. First one is cognitive domain, affective domain and psychomotor domain. Here this is revised cognitive domain. In this, cognitive domain involves the development of our mental skills and acquisition of knowledge. So this will involve the development of our mental skills, acquisition of knowledge. Here at 1956, this is the Bloom's taxonomy. First is knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis and evaluation. So this is having 4 stages: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis and evaluation. So in 2001, it will be changed. Some change will take place in 2001. Here, first stage is remember, understand, apply, analyze and evaluate and create. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate and create. So in this, now this is noun form, this is verb form. Here noun to verb form is changed in 2001. Here this is Bloom's taxonomy, another representation of Bloom taxonomy: remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating and creating. So these three are higher order thinking skills. So these are lower order thinking skills. So the remembering, understanding, applying. So these are come under low order thinking skills. Creating, evaluating, analyzing, these are come under high order thinking skills in Bloom's taxonomy. Here, remember means it will recognizing and recalling the facts. Remember in Bloom's taxonomy means recognizing and recalling the facts and recalling the subject. Here, understanding stage means here understanding what the facts mean. Understanding what the facts mean. Apply means applying the facts, rules, concepts and ideas. So apply applying the facts, rules, ideas, and concepts of the some program. Here, analyze means breaking down information into component parts. Analyzing means breaking down information into component parts. Here, evaluate, judging the value of information or ideas. Evaluation, judging the value of information and ideas. Last final stage is combining part to make a new whole. Combining parts to make a new one, new part, new whole. So this is the creating. This is the creating stage in the Bloom's taxonomy. So these three are higher order skills and these three are lower order skills according to Bloom. Lower order skills, higher order skills. So these are the Bloom's taxonomy. So here, these are the Bloom's taxonomy stages. Here, remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So these each having some verbs. Each are having some. These are remembering means here. So this is the definitions of here. This is the what is the definition of remember? It will exhibit memory of previously learned material by recalling facts, terms, basic concepts, and answers. So it exhibits memory of previously learned material, previously learned subject, previously learned content by recalling facts, terms, basic concepts and answers. So understand means it will demonstrate understanding of facts and ideas by organizing, comparing, translating, interpreting, giving descriptions and stating main ideas and stating main ideas. Apply. This will solve problems to new situations by applying acquired knowledge, facts, techniques and rules in a different way. So by applying, so solve problems, new situations by applying acquired knowledge, facts, techniques and rules in a different way. Analyze in Bloom's taxonomy means examine and break information into parts by identifying motives or causes, make interference and find evidence to support generalizations. So evaluate. This will present and defend opinions by making judgments about information, validity of ideas or quality of work based on set of criteria. Create means compile information together in a different way, combining elements in a new pattern or proposing alternative solution. So proposing alternative solution. So this is about create in Bloom's taxonomy. So these are Bloom's remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating and create. So these are verbs which are come under different stages of Bloom's taxonomy. Here remembering some verbs are capping, defining, finding, etc. So here understanding, creating, associating, tagging, etc. So like this, we will have different verbs in under different stages of Bloom's taxonomy. Here, this is another indication of Bloom's taxonomy, verbs and strategies, teaching strategies and teaching pedagogies. Here, this is Bloom's wheel of taxonomy. This is called as Bloom's wheel. This is called as Bloom's wheel of taxonomy. So this is having here these are Bloom's taxonomy levels application. So here knowledge, comprehension, knowledge, evaluation, synthesis, analysis, application. So these are Bloom's levels of Bloom's, and here these are verbs and these are different different teaching strategies. These are teaching strategies and teaching pedagogies. So these are immersed in the wheel. So this is called as Bloom's wheel. So we can use this wheel for creating course outcomes and program outcomes. So this is about basics of OBE. In this session, we have learned what is OBE, what are the advantages of OBE, why OBE is used for students and faculty. So what is the Bloom's taxonomy and what is the Bloom wheel of taxonomy. So with this, I am concluding my lecture. So thank you all.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.